Hello, welcome to Be My Guest with me, Rory Smith. I cannot begin to tell you the effect that Jon had on me. It was like when I was speaking to him that I was in the company of a spiritual leader, and I listened so intently to every single word he said. His life in the mountains of Chiang Mai is built on self-reliance, and that is where he has found his enough, which he talks about in this episode what that means. He's not saying that we all need to move there and live a sustainable life in order to discover ourselves, even if I've been tempted many times to do so, and still to this day think about it. But he has many profound lessons for us all to take into our own everyday busy lives. Firstly, he questions why we feel the need to be so busy, how most of us miss the most important part of our children's lives, and why finding happiness, which admittedly most of us are trying to do, is no longer important to him. He is as real and as authentic as they come, which is why it was important for me to keep all the beautiful sounds of nature in this recording. He began by telling me about his life growing up in northeastern Thailand.
I was born in the remote village in the northeastern of Thailand. At that time, we lived very far away from the city, and then we have nothing that we call development in our area. We don't have cars, we don't have anything. The first time that I saw the engine is when I was 5 years old. So that's the first time I saw the motorcycle came to my village. And then that motorcycle came with a box behind to sell ice cream. That's the first time we can see something very cool. I remember that I ran after the motorcycle with my friend to smell the smoke of the motorcycle, because that smoke is very something so different from normal that I haven't smelled anything like that before. And then the first time that we taste the ice cream, the ice cream, something very cold like that. So I feel like people don't have money at that time. Even they have money, then there's not many things to buy, because people do everything themselves. They find food by themselves. They build their own house. They foraging food from the forest. They have their own herbal medicine to help themselves. So that's the kind of life that it helped me to see the world in different way from now, because when I look back and now it's so different. At that time, we have no convenient thing like now, but we can have everything we need. But now we have a lot of convenient thing in our life, but sometimes I feel like why humans have to develop so many convenient things, but everything's so expensive, so hard to get it. So is that the convenient thing that we need? Why don't we develop it to make it easy like in the past? That's my question. I question a lot.
Do you remember your childhood as a happy one?
Yeah, I feel like at that time, I think I live in a heaven. I have very confident in my ability to do everything, because when I was 9 years old, I can find food to feed 6 people in family. I feel very happy about that. But now it seems like many people who are more than 20 years, they cannot take care of themselves. They cannot make enough money to feed themselves. It's so different. We learn so much, we know so much now, way more than people when I was kid know. They're so clever. but they don't know how to take care of themselves. They don't know how to feed themselves. So many people now, they said, I don't want to have kids because it's hard to make money. But when I was kid, people said that I want to have many kids because I'm so happy to have many kids around because they have a lot of food to feed them. They have a lot of joy to be together. But now it's so different. I feel like we develop so much, we learn so much, but we are weaker and weaker and weaker. We have less and less and less ability to live by our own. So that's the big contrast that I can see now. And it helped me to think about why we don't go back to the past and develop from the past to make it better than the past in that way. Because the wisdom in the past, anybody can access to it. Anybody can learn. Anybody can do it easily. Why we don't develop in that direction to make our life have more time, more joy, more fun? But now we spend so much time in our life to study almost 20 years. Some people more than 20 years. We learn to be handicapped. After we finish university, we don't know anything. So why we need to design our life to be like this? That is my question when I was young. When I was young, I was in Bangkok. So I worked in Bangkok because they said Bangkok is the center of everything. If you want to be rich, you have to go to Bangkok. At the beginning, I don't think about going to Bangkok at all. When I was a kid, I feel like my village is like a heaven. I feel so happy, so much fun because at that time nobody used the word poor. We don't use the word poor in my village until when I was like a 12 years old or something like that. We start to have TV came to the village. TV is the first thing that said that they said that you are poor because you have no money, you have no big house, you have no cars, you are poor. So to solve the poverty, the poor problem, you need to make more money. To make money, you need to go to the city. Everybody believe that because we are poor. We have no money. That's why I have to go to the city like many people. But when I went to the city for 7 years, I worked a lot. I questioned a lot. We work more than 10 hours per day. But why we're still poor? We don't have enough to eat. We work very hard. But where is the money go? We work hard for nothing. Just to have enough money to buy food, to feed ourselves day by day. So that is the point of living now. Why humans have to develop our life like this? When every time when I look at the bird, I miss my hometown a lot. The birds never go to university. The bird cannot read, cannot write, but the bird can eat food, good food every day. They fly to mango tree, they eat mango, eat papaya, ripe papaya. A few minutes, they fill up their stomach and they have fun, they sing a song, they fly, they're joking around, they have sex, they have many things. But human, clever human like me, I don't even have girlfriend. I have to work hard. I feel poor. I cannot have money to have girlfriend. I feel like this is very low esteem thinking. This is the feeling that I think there must be something wrong with the way we live now. Why we have to design our life to be like this? There are so many food in the world. Why I have to be hungry in the middle of food? So there's so many nice, cool shade in the world, but why I have to jam to be in the small, hot room in the city? So this question is attack me all the time. Question a lot, but nobody answer. me. So that's why at the end I feel like I need to leave. I need to leave the city. I cannot stay like this anymore. Because when I live in the city, I feel like I'm a robot. I'm not a human. City is not a place for human. City is not a place for people who think about freedom, happiness, and love. City is heaven for people who want to be rich, but it's hell for people who want to be happy. So I decide to quit everything, quit university too. I working and study in university in the same time. I quit everything and I went back home. I feel like I want to start a new way of living. The new way of living for me is like the old way that I used to live before. Life must be fun, easy, and then abundant. That's what I used to be. And then there's no reason to work too much. We need to give time to ourselves to live too, not just work, work, work and make money, work, work and make money and die. So I decided to quit my job and went back home at that time when I was about 20 something, almost 28, 29. And when I went back home, everything completely changed. My village is not the same as when I was kid anymore. Villagers completely changed. They work so much. They grow 2 times a year. They work more and they have more debt. It seems like villagers and city people are not different. We turn to slave equally. Everybody become a good slave. Work hard and eat very bad and have a broken family. And don't think about our life. Don't think about ourselves. We are the best slave in the history of human. We work hard with nobody to come to control us. We are farmer. Normally we work in the morning and evening. In the daytime it's hot, we just take a nap. But now all farmer work all day. When I went back home, they work hard and then their body said, you need to take a rest. You need to take a nap because it's so tired. But nobody listened to the signal from their body. They just take energizer drink or drink coffee to wake them up so they can work more. So coffee is like the stick from the boss. We use our own money to buy a stick to hit ourselves, to wake ourselves up to work. Work more, more, until the body said, we cannot work anymore. The body get hot, it heat up. We got a fever. The body sends a signal to us that we need to stop now. If you don't stop, it's gonna burn. We did not listen to the body too. We just buy paracetamol and take it and then go to work. So I feel like I cannot be like a normal villagers anymore. I cannot be a city people. I cannot be villagers. What can I do? I feel like everybody are working hard for nothing. They did not work for themselves. They work hard, but they did not eat good food. What is the point? Who are we working for? We working for ourselves? No. We did not work for ourselves, because if we work for ourselves, we need to eat. We need to use our money to buy the best food to feed ourselves, because our health is number one. So we need to eat the good food, organic food, the food with no hormone, no chemical, the food with a lot of nutrition. That's what we need to eat. But actually, Not many people eat food like that. People just buy instant noodle and eat one meal. It's so sad. Did they work for their kids? What do they have for their kids now? They ruin everything when everybody work hard just to kill the soil, contaminate the water, kill the trees, dug up mineral, and ruin everything that feeds us, ruin the natural resource that feed us all the time. We call civilization. So we did not work for our children. We have nothing left for them now, even good shade, even clean water. So now everybody have to buy water in the bottle to drink. It's so shame for me because we have more water than soil than the earth on this earth, but we have no clean water to drink. So sad. So we do not work for ourselves. Who are we? Who are we working for then? Nobody can answer that. So that's why I feel like I don't want to live like a normal people anymore. I will work for myself. The first thing is I need to get a good food first, because this world is the most fertile world. We should not be hungry in the middle of food, because we can grow food everywhere. Everywhere is full of food. I feel bad that people feel starving in the middle of food. So I start to grow my own food. I learned that it's so easy to grow our food. Only half an hour per day, I start my garden, and then I have enough food to feed 6 people in family. I grow my own rice. I have fish pond, collect rainwater, and then I have fish in the pond, and I use water from the pond to filter, and I can drink it. I can use it. So, and after that, I learn how to make my own house from bamboo. I think bamboo house is good too, but it takes time. But when I learn how to make my house with mud, earthen house, it's even easier, faster, and lasts longer. And then it control the temperature in the house better. So I start to learn how to be self-reliant. The first thing is food. I need to rely on myself on food. The second thing is shelter. I need to be able to make my own house, because every life on this earth, they can build their own house. The bird make the nest in a few days, but clever human like us cannot build a house. Some people spend 30 years to work and pay off for a house. That's so sad. And then I learned how to make soap, make shampoo, make sauce, make everything myself. It's so easy. Why we need to buy expensive shampoo? Because the cost of shampoo that we use is so cheap. But normally we buy the bottle of shampoo, because the cost of the bottle of shampoo is way more expensive than the cost of shampoo. I spend maybe $20. I make shampoo for my family for more than 2 years. And $20 I make soap, good soap, for more than 3 years for my family. No packaging, no bottle. So it's so much fun when we learn that we have ability to do many things. And I learned about self-healing too. How can I help myself in the basic sickness? That's not too complicated. How can I help myself? I use water for healing. I use soil for healing. I use herbal medicine. I use massage. I use yoga. So many things we can help ourselves in the basic thing. So this is what I feel like it's empower me a lot. I feel like life is so easy. This is a freedom in our life. When we rely on ourselves, at least the 4 basic needs, this is the beginning of real freedom. I feel like I have less fear, less worry. That is the symptom of freedom. for me. And that's why now I enjoy my life a lot to live like this.
How can we in Western society take the lessons that you've learned and put them into our own lives? Because it'd be quite difficult to do that. Not impossible, but difficult to do, perhaps here in England where I am, to be as self-reliant as you.
I think to be self reliant, it doesn't mean we have to do everything ourselves. We need to do what we love to do. If the people in England love to do working in the office, working in a thing like that, they do what they like to do. But the main thing is to connect it with people who do farming, connect it with people who do what we need. So the problem now is we were disconnected from each other. And then we rely on the big system only. To be free, that means free from the big system. To be self-reliant, it doesn't mean we have to do everything ourselves. It means we need to rely on each other too. So we need to rely on the group who do organic farming, the group who do building, the group who do chicken farming, something like that. So I think it's possible to live together, to connect together. Because even we live in the country, we need to rely on people who live in the city too. We want people who work in the bank. We want people who work in the government official. We want people who work in the service in different way, like in the airport, in something like that. So to live like this, it doesn't mean we refuse development, we refuse civilization, but we will use what we really need, and we need to rely on each other more. And now, one of my friends who lived with us for many years, and now she moved back to Scotland, and she started the biggest urban farm in Edinburgh, in UK. So she started to grow food or something like that in that area. And then this is the beginning. People can connect with her. And then she have many allotment for people to come. And then now she start to bring back local seed that people used to grow in England. So something like this, I think people in the city start to move back. And then if we start to connect together again, we can create our new system. It can be small in the beginning, it don't need to be big. But if we can rely on ourselves and rely on each other more and more, and the system will develop itself, it will be easy and easy in the future. So it doesn't matter where you are, in the city or in the country, it depends on how can we connect together. That's the main thing. Yeah.
I think as well there's an element of figuring out and discovering when you have enough and what enough means for you.
Yes. That's one important thing too. Because now people did not learn about ourselves much. We did not learn what do we need, what do we want. We were told that you want this, you want that, you want this, you want that, never end. So we work a lot just to buy what we don't need. But the system tell us that we need that. So this part is very important to be self-reliant, to be able to enjoy ourselves, to be happy. We need to learn ourselves, learn our real need. This is the most important part of it. Because if we don't know what we really need, it will never end. We just want, never end. So we work all our life. I think this is the keyword. We need to know what we really need. And then when we get what we really need, we have enough. And then we can spend our time to do what we like. But now, we did not spend our time to do what we like. We have to spend most of our time in our life to work, to make money, to buy what we don't want. So we collecting too much garbage in our life now. Too much toy. Even we are adult, we are old, but we still have a lot of toy that we will not use it. It's not useful for us. So if we start to think about this more and more, we will see that, we will realize that we don't need a lot in our life. We need just enough to make our life healthy, happy, and then we will have more free time to enjoy our life.
You mention the word time, and when you were talking about self-reliant and self-reliance, and you were saying that you began to make your own shampoo and your own soaps, I think a lot of people, particularly in the Western world, would say they don't have time to do that. What is the importance of time for you?
The importance for me is when I have time to be with myself. Because normally, now many Thai people, they don't have time because they spend most of their time with Facebook, with Line, with YouTube, with things like that. They're always busy. So we're busy for nothing. So if we think about what is the most important thing in our life, if we learn how to prioritize what we really need, I think we will have a lot of free time. The problem now is we do not think about ourselves. We just think about what we have to do, what we have to do. But we never think about what we really need, what do we really want it. So if we come back to think about this part, we will have a lot of time. We don't need to spend 3 hours, 4 hours on the screen every day. Some people, even eating, they're still looking at the cell phone and then look at the thing on the phone all the time. So we have a lot of time, but we did not manage time. We use our time for something that we don't need too much. So if we come back and investigate more what is the most important thing, we will have plenty of time in our life.
And if you figure out what is enough for you in terms of money and possessions, that will allow you to free up some time to spend time with family or doing the things that you love. Because I think that if people are working a minimum of 40 hours a week, some 60, some 80, there's almost a society boastfulness about that people are proud to say when they work 40, 60, 80, 100 hours a week. It's seen as a goal. But that's sad, because when you look back at your life, you realise the hours, the days, the months that you've spent working away from your family.
Yeah, I think to understand about the money is very important thing too, because we think that if we have money we can buy everything, and then we think that we need money unlimited. So actually money, if we have too much, it can turn to garbage too. And then the main thing is we need to know that when we work to make money, to get this amount of money, it's not just we work this amount of time to get this money, but it's about how we spend our life to buy this money. We lost our life 1 month to get this money. So if we think about that, I think we will think about money in different way. But now, not many people think about money is our lifetime. To make this amount of money, we waste our life for how many months, how many years. So it's not just work and get money. And the more we work, the more we get money, our lifetime will be shorter and shorter, shorter and shorter. We have less and less time to enjoy our life. So if we plan well, we can plan to live our life too, not just plan to make money. And then when we have money, we just think about to spend money to consume, but we did not think about to use money to live our life. That's very different. To just consume, we just buy whatever we want. That's it's never enough. It's never end. But to live our life, we don't need a lot of money. We just need food, need good shelter, need some important in daily need, daily life, what we need in daily life, and for healing. So this 4 things is not a lot of money that we need for this 4 things. So if we think like this, I think we don't need to work too much. We can save enough money and we can start to networking with other people to get the good help, good support, good thing that we need. And then to have communities is very important too, because when we rely on each other, we spend less money and we feel more secure when we have community. But now the system, they don't want us to have family. They don't want us to think about community. They want us to rely on the system only. So this is the thing that we need to contemplate more, to think about it more. And then we will see that we can find time quite a lot in our life to enjoy our life.
How many hours a day and how many days a week do you work?
It's hard to say because I don't feel like I'm working. I feel like I love gardening. So when I garden, that's the most happy time in my life. So I just like to be in the garden, grow something and eat something. So I don't feel like I'm working. So I will spend about 2 hours, 3 hours per day in the garden sometime. But sometimes maybe half an hour or something like that.
How many children do you have?
I have 1 children, but now he is 20 years old already. He studies in university now.
How much time did you get to spend with your son when he was growing up?
Quite a lot. Normally, it's like every day we play together, we do things together. It's more than 4 hours, 5 hours per day. And in the night time, we read book. We do a lot of things together, a lot too. Yeah, we have quite a lot of time together.
What is the difference between needing and wanting?
The difference is needing is we need to have it, like a food, water, shelter, or daily needs, medicine. This needing. But wanting is something not very important, but we want it, like a fancy car or some fancy cell phone or something like that. So actually, if we think in the easy way, it's like if we don't have it, we will suffer. We will have more problems. That's what we need. But if we don't have it, it doesn't matter. We can find some way to do it, or we have another choice. That's want. So I think after we practice to think this way often and often, we can separate between needing and wanting easily.
That's a beautiful sound. Is that the sound of rain?
The rain is coming.
The rain.
Yeah, big rain.
Yeah. How happy are you?
I'm not interested in happiness much now. I don't care about happiness much. I just care about understanding. Happiness is something will come and go. We want it or we don't want it, it will come and go. Happiness and suffering is the same thing, but different side of the same thing. It's like if we have one coin, one side will be happiness, one side will be suffering. It depends on how do we want to turn it. So it's here already, so I don't need it. But what I need now is understanding. Because when I understand things more and more every day, I understand more and more things. I feel light, I feel good. Because understanding will decrease fear and worry in our life. If we have fear and worry, that means we have less understanding about that thing. So if we afraid of something, that means we don't understand that thing. So I need to study more, to experiment more, to explore more about that.
I think that's so important because one of the things that I've learned over the past few years is exactly what you've said, is that happiness is an emotion, it's fleeting, and it's not permanent. It can come and go in a day, in an hour, in a minute, in a second. But something that I look for in my life is contentment. That's a beautiful feeling for me. Are you content?
Yes, I feel content with my life. I feel good about myself. And I enjoy my life a lot. I feel proud that I can be on this earth now. That's my joy.
Listening to you talk and holding this conversation with you, I feel very centered because you're such a beautiful speaker and your words hold such weight. And even with the rain in the background, I'm really listening to even the rain falling around you. How much do you try to live your life in the present and not to think of the past or fear or worry about the future?
I feel like now I don't think about the past or future much. People keep asking me, what do you think in the next 5 years? What are you gonna doing? I cannot answer that normally because now I'm 60 years old. I feel like it's my time to enjoy to be everything around me, to enjoy to be with my wife, my family, to be with my trees, my water, my bird, my everything around me. So beautiful. So I have no time to think about the past or future. Even the rain now is so nice, so cool. This coolness is so much joy to feel it. So instead of thinking about something else, just enjoy it. Enjoy the coolness of the rain now. This is the most precious thing. That's why I don't have time to look at the media. I did not watch the movie. I did not listen to the music. I did not read books for almost 30 years actually. So because of everything around me is so beautiful, I cannot stop enjoy everything around me. That's why I feel like I'm not think about future or past much because now it's so beautiful.
How do you deal with external factors showing up in your life that you can't control For example, if something goes wrong on the farm, or you have an accident, or you get injured, people normally react to things like that, stresses in their life, very negatively. And although it's really beautiful to sit here in this moment and appreciate, as I'm doing, the sound of the rain, but life throws external factors that we can't control. How do you deal with those when they show up in your life?
I think it's beautiful thing too, because I did not expect anything much. I just enjoy and observe everything around me. Even when I get sick, I get COVID-19, I got sick. I feel like, oh wow, it's good time to take a rest. I don't need to go anywhere. I just stay home, enjoy, lie down on the bed and enjoy my breathing. It's so beautiful that I still breathing. This is the most beautiful moment I can breathe now. So I feel like anything negative happen all the time around us. We cannot avoid it, because negative and positive is like the same coin that we have in our hand. We cannot kick them out. We cannot take only one thing that we want. We need to take both of them. So how can we learn from both of them? That's the most important thing. So when we learn, we get benefit from it. But when we don't learn, we just use our feeling to judge it. So we will have a disappointment after that. We will feel sad, we will feel upset, or we feel angry, or we feel happy, something like that. But if we just observe it, see what happened, whatever happened is what happened. It's so beautiful, see it. And everything will not last very long. No negative thing lasts very long. And no positive thing lasts very long too. And it will go, it will change. So that's the beauty of it. So when anything that we don't like happen, we just try to look in the side that it's good. Like when I get sick, I feel like whenever I get sick, this is the best time I can be with myself. Because when I get sick, I have a headache, I have fever, I cannot go anywhere, I cannot get up, I have to just lie down. So when I lie down, I just be with my feeling. Be with my feeling. Enjoy it. Enjoy my feeling. So when I be with my feeling, observe it, be with it, and then I will understand it. When I understand it, that's the most precious thing. Like when I have headache. When I have a headache, it's so pain. It boop, 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 boop in my head. And then if I observe it, I can see that that kind of pain will go up higher and higher. And then not really long, it will go down. And we come back and going down. So that's the nature of pain. It never, pain forever never go down. So this is what I learned, that when it start to pain, I feel like I tell myself, see how long it will last this time, how long it will keep this pain. After watch it for a while, it will go down. And when it pain again, I will tell myself, soon it will go down. So don't pay attention on it.
What do you value most in life?
I value understanding the most in my life. Understanding thing will be the most precious thing in our life. Understanding is different from memory. When we read book or when we listening some talk, it will be only memorizing. It's not about understanding. Understanding come from experiencing, come from facing something. When we touch it, experience it, we understand it. So understanding is very useful in our life, because we understand it so clear and it never go away.
It seems to me, by talking to you, that your life externally is rather simple, but so rich and so deep internally. It almost makes it seem that life in some ways is a lot easier for you than most people because of your understanding of life.
Yes, I think understanding is the most important in our life. If we pursue more understanding, we can enjoy our life more. But if we don't have enough understanding in our life, we just run after something else outside. Tell us to run, 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 run. So that's very tired. So we have no aim for ourselves. But whenever we understanding ourselves, at least, I think we can design the way we want to live. We have enough power to create what we want in our life on this earth.